Yeah, GCE. Read the blueprint, stacking pillars to the roof, son. 47 subjects, yeah, I'm living out the truth, son. Build a mind that's like an empire, watch the legacy unfold. Every lesson, every hour, worth more than a mine of gold. Master the design, the civilization's in my soul. The civilization's in my soul.
Welcome to the Civilization Curriculum, your blueprint for total human mastery. This isn't just about watching videos. It's about earning your place among the elite. Across these 22 slides and 47 subjects, you aren't just a student. You are an architect of your own potential. To track your ascent, you will earn YouTube badges for every playlist you conquer. These badges are your digital stripes, proving your discipline in everything from psychology to quantum physics. Don't just consume content. Own it. Earn your badges, unlock the 47 keys, and build the civilization you were meant to lead. Let's begin.
Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're taking a monumental 400-plus hour educational syllabus and transforming it into an exciting step-by-step roadmap for lifelong learners. We're looking at a highly structured, self-directed system known as the Civilization Curriculum. It's this ambitious project that curates over 1,000 free educational videos into one cohesive, track-based badge of completion.
So how do you actually build a civilization right inside your own mind? It's a huge question, right? Well, today we are breaking down a massive, globally balanced curriculum that's designed to give you a fully realized, multidisciplinary education. We aren't just talking about reading a random article here or there. Oh no. We're talking about a systematic, start-to-finish roadmap that covers literally everything, from ancient historical foundations and artificial intelligence, all the way down to how to properly cook a meal.
47. That is the actual number of distinct subjects you're going to master on this journey. The curriculum is designed to leave absolutely no stone unturned, effectively building a well-rounded human being from the ground up. But let's be real, looking at 47 subjects all at once, that can be completely overwhelming. And that's exactly why this roadmap is so beautifully organized.
To prevent cognitive overload, we're chunking those 47 subjects into 5 highly digestible pillars. We've got 1. Foundation in Religious Sciences. 2. Expansion into Applied Sciences. 3. Expression through Sports and Arts. 4. The Capstone Lifestyle Skills. And 5. Your Timeline.
All right, let's kick things off with Part 1, Foundation, Religious Sciences, Building the Ethical Base. We're diving right into this first phase because it establishes the absolute bedrock of the curriculum. The creator of this program chose to begin with ethics, spirituality, and historical religious foundations before ever touching the hard sciences. This first pillar is made up of 8 specific subjects.
What's really fascinating here is the philosophical balance. It combines comprehensive Islamic history, ethics, and texts like the Quran, classical tafsir, Bulugh al-Maram, hadith wisdom, and Ihya Ulum al-Din. But it sets them right alongside global foundational texts, explicitly including the Torah and the Gospel explained by the Bible Project. It's this fantastic dual-lens approach to the spiritual and historical narratives that have shaped human civilization.
You're looking at 131 to 163 hours of focused learning across these 8 subjects. It perfectly sets your spiritual and ethical tone before moving forward. This foundational pillar requires a serious time commitment, you know? It's really about establishing the base camp before the big climb.
Moving right along to Part 2, Expansion, Applied Sciences, the Intellectual Core. With our ethical base camp established, we completely shift our focus toward the practical, intellectual, and technical skills you'd actually need to run a society. These massive 27 subjects form the intellectual core, and they're grouped into 5 main categories. You're going to learn languages, focusing heavily on grammar and vocabulary. You'll study medicine, touching on everything from anatomy and nursing to dentistry and natural pharmacy. Then, you jump right into engineering and technology, covering physics, mechanical engineering, artificial intelligence, robotics, and cloud networking. Finally, rounding it all out is management.
235. The absolutely crucial point here is that this single pillar is the heaviest lift. It takes up to 235 hours to equip you with the practical, functional skills of a civilization. Think of it as the core intellectual engine of the entire curriculum. It demands the absolute most rigorous focus.
Next up is Part 3, Expression, Sports, and Arts,
mind, and body. Because a true civilization isn't just about logic, data, and hard sciences, right? It absolutely requires universal human expression. You just can't have a fully formed society without physical health and creative storytelling. This wave contains 11 total subjects designed to activate both your body and your creativity.
We're looking at universal physical disciplines side by side with the creative arts. The sports side demands cardio, strength training, self-defense, and team sports. The arts side perfectly balances that out with songwriting, singing, learning an instrument, storytelling, acting, and public speaking. And what's great is the curriculum specifically utilizes respected global sources, like TED-Ed for storytelling and Justin Guitar for music training, to make sure you're getting top-tier instruction. This adds roughly another 100 hours to the journey, perfectly balancing the mind and the body. You're going to spend about 30 to 42 hours sweating it out in sports, and then 43 to 59 hours refining your creative voice in the arts.
Now we hit part 4, the capstone, lifestyle skills, completing the human being. After 46 intense subjects spanning religion, science, and the arts, we arrive at the 5th and final destination. The creator of the curriculum specifically separated this final topic to serve as a clean, symbolic ending to the massive educational system we've just navigated.
This single subject is the ultimate capstone of the curriculum, and it's a beautifully grounded, totally practical requirement for human survival, cooking, and culinary skills. Using resources like Basics with Babish, this final 5 to 7 hour stretch is designed to build independence and connect you to culture. It's honestly the perfect, practical anchor to bring you right back down to earth after studying things like quantum physics and classical history.
When you weigh these 5 pillars against each other, it reveals a truly balanced mind. The massive applied sciences block sharply contrasts against the tightly focused lifestyle capstone. The foundational religious sciences tick up a really significant wedge, while sports and arts provide perfect symmetry. 506. When you add up the maximum estimated time across all 1,107 individual videos, you are looking at up to 506 total hours of dedicated learning. That is the grand total to conquer all 47 subjects. It's a pretty imposing number for sure, but as we're about to see, it is entirely manageable when you break it down into a daily habit.
And that brings us to part 5, your timeline to completion, the execution of the roadmap. You now know the terrain of the entire curriculum. So let's translate those raw hours into a highly actionable daily strategy. I mean, having a roadmap is totally useless unless you actually know how to drive on it, right? So let's look at exactly how long this is going to take you in the real world.
Here is your ultimate start-to-finish tracking map. It lets you clearly track your progress and see exactly how the 47 subjects form a complete educational ecosystem. We're talking 8 subjects for Pillar 1, 27 for Pillar 2, 4 for Pillar 3, 7 for Pillar 4, and that final capstone for Pillar 5.
The absolute most practical takeaway here is flexibility. Seriously, even if you only dedicate 1 single hour a day, in 13 to 17 months, you will have completed a journey most people never even attempt. If you bump that up to 3 hours a day, you can finish in just 4 to 5.5 months. And if you treat it like a serious part-time job at 5 hours a day, you'll be done in under 3.5 months.
So, the roadmap is fully quantified and laid out right in front of you. You have the pillars, you have the 47 subjects, and you have the exact timelines. The only question left to answer is how fast you want to run toward the finish line. Will you take the steady 1-year path, or are you going to go for the aggressive 3-month sprint? The power to literally build a civilization in your mind is now entirely in your hands. What speed will you choose today?
Welcome to the grand presentation of the Civilization Curriculum. This is a modular, strategic roadmap designed for total human development, bridging the gap between sacred wisdom and modern scientific mastery. Let's explore this 47-subject journey. We begin with Pillar 1, Religious Sciences. This pillar is a spiritual-anchored curriculum, focusing on divine texts, legal scholarship, and the ethical foundations of the soul. Our scriptural foundation includes Quran recitation and explanation by Bayyinah, alongside the Torah and Gospels explained by the Bible Project. This provides comparative and deep understanding of the world's primary sacred narratives. Deepen your legal and ethical understanding with Buyu al-Maram by Mishka Institute and the classical Tafsir series. We also feature the Al-Jami Al-Camel Hadith Wisdom series, totaling over 70 hours of deep scholarship. Explore Islamic history with Mufti Menk's Stories of the Prophets and Master Spiritual Psychology through Hamza Yusuf's Ihya Ulum al-Din series. These courses build historical perspective and internal resilience. Pillar 2, Applied Sciences. This is our largest pillar, containing 27 subjects that span from modern medicine and high-tech engineering to organizational management and language logic. Master the logic of speech with the complete English grammar and vocabulary courses by Vid. Over 70 videos provide the foundational communication tools needed for any global professional. Our medical track starts with the Nursing School Complete Playlist by Registered Nurse RN. With 200 videos, it covers first aid, anatomy, and physiology, providing a robust clinical foundation in just 30 hours. Dive into pharmacology, nutrition, and natural medicine with osmosis. These 60 modules offer a modern scientific approach to health, focusing on both preventative and clinical care. Understand human behavior through psychology and neuroscience by CrashCourse. We also include dentistry basics to ensure a holistic approach to human wellness. Master the physical world with physics, chemistry, and materials science. Using MIT and CrashCourse resources, these 120 modules explain the fundamental properties of matter and energy. Architecture and mechanical engineering foundations are provided by Real Engineering. This track focuses on structural design and the mechanical laws that move our world. Continuing with electrical, construction, and factory engineering, these modules bridge the gap between theoretical physics and real-world industrial systems. The technology track starts with a full computer science path by FreeCodeCamp. Over 100 modules cover the essential logic of programming and software architecture. Master the cutting edge with modules in artificial intelligence, cloud computing, networking, and robotics. This is the toolkit for the architects of tomorrow's civilization. The applied pillar concludes with 3 subjects in management. Learn organizational strategy and leadership to drive impact in any institution or enterprise. Pillar 3, sports. A civilization is only as strong as its citizens. We focus on cardio, strength training, self-defense, and team sports skills to build a high-performance vessel for the mind. Using science-based methods from Jeff Nippert and Fitness Blender, this 40-hour track ensures endurance, strength, and practical protection through mastered self-defense. Pillar 4, creative arts. Expression is the heartbeat of culture. This pillar covers 7 subjects from musical performance to the art of compelling rhetoric. Develop your auditory intelligence with songwriting, singing, and guitar lessons by Cheryl Porter and Justin Guitar. Over 200 modules turn creative passion into technical skill. Master the stage with dancing, acting, and storytelling. We conclude with public speaking mastery by TED, ensuring your ideas are communicated with power and precision. Finally, Pillar 5, lifestyle skills. Mastering the kitchen with culinary arts ensures self-sufficiency. This 500-hour curriculum is your roadmap. From 1 hour a day for a year to a 4-month intensive immersion. Build your civilization today.
Yeah, GCE. Read the blueprint, stacking pillars to the roof, son. 47 subjects, yeah, I'm living out the truth, son. Build a mind that's like an empire, watch the legacy unfold. Every lesson, every hour, worth more than a mine of gold. Master the design, the civilization's in my soul. The civilization.